Hey, this is Chris with Ugly.Teacher.Hiking. Today we got a new alcohol stove stand. I think you guys are going to kick out of this one. It's very stable, great stove stand, but let's check it out. Ugly.Teacher.Hiking. I hike it so you don't have to. So let's open this up. This is from Amazon. It should be a stove stand, but as you can see, it doesn't say anything on the packaging, which is good probably. I believe this should be a TI Artisan. Here we go. It says titanium wood stove, made in China. Let's open this bad boy up. Now this should be the small stove stand, I believe. I wish they had a little more packaging, but then the price would go up. Okay, what do we have? Things are falling out of here left and right. So, a cable. This should be for one of the hinges, I'm assuming. This should be for like the Trangia stove. Oh, it feels very thin. And here's the stove itself. Oh, here's a plate. Oh yeah. It says titanium. TI Artisan. Titanium. I'll put the price in the upper corner there. It is, I have a couple of stands like this, but none of them are real easy to put together quick. They have a lot of hinges, a lot of pieces. With this, well, let's put it together first. So let's check this out. Put that in there. Just like that. And I guess we could put this as the base. You guys have watched my channel before. You know I don't have very much luck with putting these together. Close that. Let's see. Close that up like that. Here's a little better angle. It feels very sturdy. We're going to have to put a Trangia stove in there just to see how it feels for stability wise. You know I have tons of alcohol stoves, and I love having a base for them. And we're going to put a cup on top of here too. So give me a second. Let me go grab all that stuff so we can see what it's like. All right, before we go, I just wanted to give you some dimensions here. It is 80 millimeters from top side to side. It is 108 millimeters from top to bottom. From top to bottom, that's 108. Bottom left to right, move that out of the way. Bottom left to right here is 90 millimeters, so the base is a little wider than the top. The opening here is 60 millimeters, just to give you some context. And once I start showing you with the stoves, I think it'll make a little more sense. So let's take a peek at this and see what stoves we can use with this. So basically, everyone has the Trangia. I want to see if there's... Oh, I thought maybe I had fuel in there from the last time I used it. So we have the Trangia. I think this is pretty universal worldwide. And I think if you're starting off with alcohol stoves, this is the route to go first. It's a little heavy, but it's bomb-proof. So let's see. Oh. Okay, that's not what I was expecting. Okay, I'm kind of forcing it in there. Wow, I really thought it was going to fit this relatively easy. Let's just try the others. Maybe just because it's new. Okay, this is the solo stove version of the Trangia. Fits in there real easy. Let's take this off. Gives you a nice gap on top there. Okay, that's the solo stove version. That one works fine. Esbit, the Esbit version. Esbit version fits in there fine. This. Well, is there maybe there's some dirt or something on there? Let's see. I think it's going to have to be broken in. I was a little surprised at that. I thought that one would be really the only one that would fit there. And let's get rid of the obvious ones, like the Toke siphon stove. Yeah, that doesn't fit in there. The Cubic siphon stove, same issue. Reviewed both of these way back when. Here's the Ugly.Teacher siphon stove. Well, that one's not too bad because you could see the jets are right here. It's a little high up, but in a pinch you could use that. I don't think I would want to. Let's try my Ugly.Teacher alcohol stove. I love this stove. This stove I've had forever and a day. That fits fine. I like how sturdy this is and stable. This is the Silver Ant. Oh, yeah, it's stable. And here's the Evernew. I think if we're going to have trouble with any of these, it will be this one. Oh no, that fits in there nice. No wiggle or anything. Fits in there real nice. Only one. Now, suggestions for that. Let's see. Let's take this apart. Okay. Maybe it just swelled up a little. I'm not a fan of forcing it on there, but once it's on there, just be wary of that when you purchase this. It is a great stand. I like this. I wish this was on here on a pivot as well. Let's see if we can do it with it down like this. And then this. And my Evernew stove. Wow, I like this stand. I like it. Let's try it with a 550 ultralight cup on here. Oh, the 550 fits on there fine. There's enough of a gap You have these little air holes on the side, which enable it to come through fairly well. Yeah, I can't complain with this. It's nice. I believe it was $22.99. I put the price up earlier. So it is a very handy. It's very light. It's semi-compact. Let's take it apart. Okay, let's figure out. Okay, we got that. And we have the bag to put it in. That, and I'm assuming that's probably for so you don't lose the other part, the hinge. Compact, thin, flat. I don't feel any jagged edges. That's what gets me a lot of the times, the jagged edges. I would probably, truthfully, use it with maybe the Silver Ant, maybe the Evernew, my Luxada. This was a little tight. I have other stands for my Trangia, but I'm sure it'll work well with this. None of the siphon stoves. I won't even waste time with those. But this, the Trangia type stoves, and the other Evernew type stoves, alcohol stoves themselves, would be perfect. Yeah, as long as this can hold up, I got to play around with this to see if I can get it folded flatter. So we're going to go out and give this a try. This will probably be a pool thing this afternoon. So stick with it, guys. All right, let's check out what we got here today. We're at the pool, my lovely little apartment community that I'm at. We got our Nalgene bottle. We're going to use our kettle today. Pop that off to the side. Use our cubic cup. And I brought the timer down just to check this out. Hold on, we gotta turn this on. There we go, perfect right there. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Oh no. Well, that got wet in there somehow. We're gonna use our Trangia stove. And ooh, for a second there. Let's move this back for a second. I like the way this is made. It's very simple, not complex. Every time I put it together, I put it together a little differently. Literally seconds to put together. Now this is where the part I don't like comes in. All right, so let's plop this in there. Remember, we were having a little issues with it getting in. Of course, we're going to play the game today again. I think once it gets broken in, it should be fine. This is a great stand. I really do like this stand. All right. So before we even get started, let's put our 16 ounces of water in the kettle. Put our lid on this bad boy. Okay. We got our 2 ounces of heat here. Let's give that a second to get absorbed a little. Let's move everything around so it's a little film perfect. And let's do it lighter. Okay, there we go. Plop this on there. And let's begin filming. So I'm always looking for a stable stand. I'm always looking for a stable stand on this. Hopefully sound's coming through. It's very stable, especially for something bigger. Now the big thing is going to be take it apart, see how long it holds heat. But titanium, as we found out in previous times, it cools down real quick. It's the Trangia stove that takes forever to cool down. Make sure it's still going. Yeah, it's still going. All right, let's give this a minute to do a little more of its magic, and we'll come back. So we're at 3 minutes, and I can start seeing some condensation on the lid. Water is just lukewarm now. So that was at room temperature, so hopefully this will boil soon. Trangia is a little slow, but it's a beast. It's bomb-proof. So if you're ever looking for a good alcohol stove, start off with the Trangia and then venture out from there. Hopefully you all are having a great weekend. Pretty much sat in watching Andor all weekend on Disney. You guys get an opportunity to watch it. It's probably one of the better Star Wars series out there. All right, guys, let's give it another couple minutes. All right, we're at 5 minutes at this point. It's hot. Not boiling. I want to try to get it to at least a little roll boil. While we're waiting, we can get our coffee ready. And I'm sure you guys can take a guess what coffee we're going to use. We're going to use the No Normal. This stuff is very cool. Give it a try. I don't think it's any pricier than anything else on Amazon or for coffee. Extra. Now I know I was concerned about a couple of weeks, but it's been well over that amount of time and it's still good. Alrighty, we're at 7 minutes, and we're almost there. Got our coffee ready. Ooh. I like it. I might even try it again. Let's see. Yeah, it's on the verge of boiling. Let's give it another minute. We are at 8 minutes and a lot of bubbles are forming. So you can see the steam coming out the nozzle there. I don't know if I want to do this with boiling water because we're not doing a boil test. Just really wanted to do the timer so you could see how the timer works or how quickly we can boil with this. Truthfully, I think that's where I'm at for this. So we're going to take this off. I can see there's some fuel still in there. Let me move this back here. Oh, it's hot. So the thing I like about the Trangia is the lid. There we go, snuffed out. Let's just see how long before we can actually handle it. Yeah, that's very hot. Yeah, that's very hot. It's very stable. I like the stand. Truthfully, it's probably the most stable stand. A little big. The only issue that I can figure at this point is it doesn't fold exactly flat. But if you're carrying around, it's not that big of a deal, I don't think. And I believe that is steel right here. Yeah, that's very hot. All right, we're at just a little more than 2.5 minutes. I could touch it without burning my hand off. This is the only warm thing I can feel. Let's see. The warmest thing is the Trangia right now. So about 3 or 4 minutes to let it cool down. It's pretty good. All right, let's give final thoughts. So before we do final thoughts, let's give the coffee a try. Yeah, it's good. It's good. All right, let's take a gander at this. All right, very stable, nice stove, stand, price good. Now taking it apart is real easy. We just take that part out. Okay. Take that out. That. It's semi-flat. This is the only issue I see. It has a big gap. And this. Alright, so this was a little tough to get out. But beyond that, great stand. So if you're looking for a good stand, so far so good. Give it a try. Price, you can't beat it. The only issue, I'm just noticing another issue, is this. I'm afraid I'll lose it. So maybe just slide it in here for now, and I think you should be good. So let me know what you think about the stand. Please put in comments. Please remember, click like and subscribe. Remember, I do it so you don't have to. Great little stand, and worth the money. Alright guys, till the next video. Alright, before I pack up, I started playing around with this a little and figured this right here at the bottom, secure it there, pull it out, so I understand why they gave this now. Actually makes sense, and won't lose that, and that'll solve one of my main issues I had with this. And I'm really digging this stand. You guys might want to give it a chance. TI Artisan. They make some pretty good stuff from what I see online. First thing I bought with them. I'm gonna have to check out more of their items. Alright guys, question for the community right now. How can I get the fuel from here, my Trangia or any other alcohol stove, back in the bottle? Is there a trick? This is probably not the best. Yeah. Yeah, that made a mess. Well, we got some back. Hey, just let me know how you guys transfer back to bottles or other receptacles. So, all right, guys.